What's up, YouTube? It's Bianca J, and I'm back with another word. And so this will be the second word I'll be uploading today. The first word, I would have just got finished uploading. So if you haven't checked out that video, go back and check out that video. Again, this will be the second one. And so this word comes from on November the 14th. The Lord had woke me up at 5 in the morning. And so he began to speak to me to pray for my family's health, right? And then he says that, what did he say? He said that health, no, I wrote it down. I'll tell you exactly what he said verbatim. So he said to pray for your family's health during the famine. Health will be tested during the famine. So he's saying that people's health will be tested during this famine, right? And we know that we are in the famine right now, right? And so as I dozed back off, after the Lord spoke that to me, you know, I wrote that down, I dozed back off. And so when I dozed off, I go into a dream, and in this dream, it's like we are in a court. You know how like the mall has a court? And so we began to get on a escalator, right? We were on the ground floor, but we began to get on an escalator. And so I'm at the top of the escalator, like in front of the people who, everybody else, right? Everybody else is behind me, but they're still getting on. And so as we getting closer to the upper floor, the top floor, right? I began to overhear two women behind me talking. And so they were talking about food, right? About chicken, about how they were going to prepare like different meals or whatever. And so I turned around and I tell them, I said, God said not to eat the chicken. And so they looked like, what is she talking about, right? And so I told them, I said, God said it's in the chicken. Do not eat the chicken. That there's sickness in the chicken. That they're putting viruses in the chicken. Do not eat the chicken. And so I can see on the face of one of the women, one of them received it and took heed, and then the other one, she was like kind of still on the fence, but like, what is she talking about? She don't know what she's talking about. And so I told them, I said, look, go and ask God for yourself. I said, go and ask God for yourself. He will tell you, go ask God for yourself. And so the people who were behind those two women, they were also looking concerned, like, wait, so what did she just say? Like, they kind of had like a puzzle look on their face. And so I was like, God, I said it again. I said, God said, don't eat the chicken. They're putting sickness in the chicken. They putting virus in the chicken. Don't eat the chicken. Do not eat the chicken. And so I told them, go and ask God for yourselves. And then I tell them, I tell them, I said, it's basically like we're on a vegan diet. And then that was the end of the dream. So the Lord has sent me here today to tell you, do not eat the chicken. This is it for chicken. If this word come across your timeline, this word comes across your page, take heed. You're seeing it for a reason. Stop eating the chicken. Stop eating chicken. Do not eat the chicken. Whatever they're getting ready to do, or whatever they're currently doing, it's in the chicken. Don't eat the chicken. And like I told them in a dream, go and ask God for yourself. But they're putting viruses in the chicken. Don't eat it. And remember, I also said it's basically like we're on a vegan diet. And so if you aren't familiar with a vegan diet, that's just a diet that's based off of just fruits and vegetables only. Okay? Like no dairy, no eggs, just fruits and vegetables. Okay? The things that God has given us seed for. Things that God have put on earth for us to grow and eat. Fruit and vegetables. And so in the previous word that I just gave, I was talking about the Lord saying to consecrate ourselves, to consecrate our temples, to consecrate our bodies, right? To get our house in order, our hearts in order, to prepare our hearts to get our bodies in order, right? To or for those who have been straddling the fence, to turn your hearts back to the Lord, right? Okay, and so I also talked about in the previous word about the upper room, right? And so about the house. And so, like I said, we know that the house is the heart. And so, like I said, to make ready, I read that part already. I was just rereading it to make sure I covered everything. But to make ready our bodies, which is our temples, and our hearts, which is the house, and have it prepared for the Lord. Make it ready for the Lord, because the bridegroom is coming, right? And so, I read in the previous word Luke 21. And so, if you want to kind of go back and read Luke 21, for you can kind of have an idea of what I'm referring to. Okay, so now back to what the revelation that the Lord gave me. So the Lord had gave me revelation on this dream, because I'm like, Lord, what does this mean? I know it was very straightforward about the chicken, and basically we're on a vegan diet, right? Okay, but I wanted to get like further revelation, like, is there something else that we need to be doing? You know, what else do we need to be doing? What else do we need to be preparing for? And so what the Lord told me is that we need to begin to start to store up on the fruits and vegetables. So if you are a person who have like medical conditions going on with you, you want to begin to do your homework and research, right? Do your homework and research on what works, what fruits and vegetables reverse high blood pressure. What fruit and vegetables lower or reverse or heal blood sugar, heal diabetes. What fruits and vegetables work or heal liver or kidneys or whatever it is, as it pertains to your medical condition that you are currently dealing with and you are believing God for healing on, right? Okay, you want to begin to do your homework and research. Begin to write these things down, right? Literally write them down. Don't put them in your phone. Get you a pen and some paper. Get you a pen and a notebook and write it down, right? So that you can carry this with you always. You want to write down what you can substitute for the medicine, because in this famine, people are not going to be able to get medicine, but you will be able to grow your own fruits and vegetables. And so as the Lord is giving this warning right now, he wants us to begin to start buying those seeds and start planting those seeds for those fruits and vegetables, right? Make sure you plant and grow more than enough, because you're going to have to help other people. Also, if you cannot get your hands on fruits and vegetable seeds, like ordering them or finding them in like your stores or whatever, you can always go and buy the fruit out of the actual grocery store and take those seeds from that fruit and replant them in soil so that you could begin to grow those fruits or vegetables, or fruits and vegetables, right? Because this is your medicine. This is what you're going to need during this famine, because there's going to be a shortage. Okay? Take heed. Take heed to this word, y'all. And so you also, the Lord had me go back and write, what was it? Oh, okay, yeah. So the Lord, he had me go back, right? And he said, if you are a person who kids may struggle with asthma, like maybe you need to start to do your homework on how to make homemade cough syrup from fruits and vegetables, how to make like cough syrups, flu syrups from fruits and vegetables, how to use fruits and vegetables to make a pain reliever, right? Pain meds, stuff for fever. Okay, so you're going to need to do your research, do your homework. This is not, okay, I'll get to it later. This is, you going to get to it right now. Like, you need to be doing it right now. You need to be getting your notebook out and your pen and paper and writing it down so that you can have this with you, because this is going to carry you through. And take heed to the warning, because this is it. I gave a word a few months ago and a few years ago about the famine was coming. And then the Lord sent me 3 times in a 2-month time frame to tell people that the famine was coming, to start preparing. For those of you who took heed, great. For those of you who didn't, you're experiencing it now, right? Food stamps get cut off, all of this stuff that is going on right now, but God did warn us. But God, grace is sufficient, and so this is his grace. This is him still extending grace. Okay? Store up on the fruits and vegetables. Do not eat chicken. Grow more than enough so that you can help others. It's not a time to be selfish. It's a time to be obedient. Okay, so again, prepare yourselves, prepare your families, because judgment is coming and the Lord is saying to prepare. Don't say that you didn't hear it. Don't say that you weren't warned. Because if this word comes across your timeline, know this is the Lord using me to speak to you. Take this word back to the Lord. Take me back to the Lord. He will confirm it to you. And so until my next video, you guys, stay focused and be blessed. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.